when you get a new dog or a new puppy, sometimes people use the pee pads in the house,
Hmm.
and we've known this in the past from a gentleman who used a lot of them. Um, but then they wonder why the dog doesn't go out. So after a few weeks or months, whatever, they'd wonder, why is this dog not just going telling us it wants to go out to pee or poop in the yard, in the
Yeah.
backyard?
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. So it's not just a normal transition, is it, when they've done pee pads to going outside?
Yeah. I gotta write something down real quick.
Mhm.
I want to tell you guys about a book I listened to at the end of the podcast. Really fascinating. About dogs, kind of. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, if the dog is, habituated to peeing and pooping in the house, then why would it randomly start
Mhm.
wanting to go outside? And so I think if you're going to use pee pads, which I don't really suggest, but if you are going to use pee pads, you should, definitely be taking the dog out more than trying to get them to go on the pads, right?
Yeah.
There are definitely certain instances where it's helpful to use puppy pads. If you've got a big crate and you gotta leave the dog for, 10 hours a day to go to work or whatnot,
Yep.
putting a
Yep.
pee pad on one side of the crate, or a playpen or something like that. If you live in a high rise, and you can't take the dog out, top
Mhm.
every hour or whatnot, you maybe wanna use some pee pads as a kinda bridge or like an apartment or something like that.
Yep.
So there's
Yep.
definitely some instances where they can be helpful tools,
Mhm.
but for the average homeowner though, probably not a great idea to use puppy pads. But it would make sense to me that, hey, if we let the dog go potty on puppy pads, why would they just randomly start saying, "Hey, I wanna go outside to go potty," especially if you're only exclusively using puppy
Mhm.
pads, why would the
Yeah.
dog do otherwise, basically?
Yeah. So if you're able, go straight to outdoor training.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the goal, then
Yeah.
try to avoid puppy pads altogether. You're gonna encourage pottying in
Absolutely.
the house.
It can be confusing for them, can't it?
Definitely can.
Perfect. There you go. That's that one. Okay. So puppies or dogs that have got real high energy
Mhm.
want to be around you, jumping up you, doing zoomies, all sorts of crazy things. Sometimes people crate them thinking it's going to calm them down,
Right.
but of course they get the same behavior when they come out of the crate.
Yeah. Um Well, yeah, I mean, I think overall, I mean, I think that's kind of establishing like a bit of a bad feedback loop. I do understand the reasoning behind it or whatnot, but think about it from like the dog's point of view. The dog's hyper, so then you put the dog up, then the dog goes and rests, ideally, or they work themselves up more because they don't
Mhm.
like being in the crate.
Yeah.
And then whenever they get out of the crate, they've just rested or they've worked themselves up. So now they've got even more energy. And so then
Mhm.
and so it's just like a bad feedback loop, because dog's hyper, I put dog in crate, let dog out, dog's hyper, put dog in crate, right? So it's just a bad feedback loop. I can understand the reasoning behind it though. Like if your
Yeah.
dog is hyper,
Yeah.
being annoying or something like that, and you need some space, put them up or put them out or something like that. It'd definitely be better, I think, if you were going to do one of those two to put them out in the backyard if you're able to, so
Yeah.
that way they can just go
Yeah.
run around and do dog stuff at a minimum. But yeah, like I said, I can see the reasoning why. But it does create a bit of a bad feedback loop. The better thing, of course, would just be to, exercise your dog or do something with your dog. Um, yeah, that would probably be the better thing to do.
Yeah. There we go. You heard it from the boss. I think that as well, because if you've been, let's say you've been out at work all day and you come back and your dog's excited to see you, you may be tired, understandable, but your dog is excited because you've come home.
Right.
So putting them back in the crate is not really the best solution.
Yeah,
So,
we signed up a lady the other day who works down the street from our shop, and she, works long hours or whatnot in a hospital. And when she gets home, the dog's so excited to see her or whatnot, but she's been working long hours, and she
mhm.
like wants to take the dog on a walk, but the dog is like super tough for her to walk because the dog pulls and is reactive and stuff like that. And so it's really problematic for her because, well, yeah, the dog is like pulling and reactive and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And
yeah,
and she told me just in plain English the other day, she's like, I just want to be able to enjoy the dog. And I'm like, well, good for you. That's what we do for people or whatnot. But, it does from the dog's point of view, though, it'd have to, suck to be in a crate all day, and
Mhm.
then your owner gets home, you're excited to see them, but they put you up because you're too excited to see them or
Yeah.
whatnot, and
Yeah.
I know dogs don't think that rationally, like, they're simple-brained, creatures or whatnot for the
Mhm.
most part, but from a human point of view, putting it on there like that, it's like, the dog's excited, we don't want them to be that excited, so we put them up because 'cause they're so excited, it's like,
Yeah.
that just, not the best feedback loop.
Absolutely. So find something fun to do with them.